Welcome to the Show and Tell Show.
It's a fucking game show!
It's the only game show in Boston that hasn't been affected by the pandemic. We keep going, and we're going to go on today. I'm going to ask some stupid questions. Let's move on to our contestants. To my far right, say your name and the fast food franchise or restaurant type deal that you're going to open.
Hi, I'm Tonzo. The name of my restaurant franchise would be named Jumbies.
Ho, ho, ho.
Jumbies?
Jumbies, and we'd specialize in huge food items.
Oh, wow.
Like a six... Okay.
I already love you. Get a concept here, and I want to hear all about it. But before we hear about that, let's hear about your partner in the middle. What's your name, and what's the name of your food franchise?
My name's Evan Luongo, and my food franchise is called Yummers.
Yummers sounds delicious. I'd like you to sit there on the details because we're going to establish names, and then we'll move on to that. And our last contestant today, your name and your franchise.
My name is Dangerous Dave, and my franchise is Dangerous Dave's Saucy Saloon.
Ooh. Whenever I think of a nicer ragu, I think of the Old West. All of our contestants have chosen their franchise. We're looking along the lines of your Fridays, your Chili's. It doesn't have to be specific to that. These might be more fast food. But I would like them to kind of give me some ambiance, sell me on the pitch. I might be an investor in this place. And Tonzo, since you went first, you've had the most time to think. What is Jumbies like?
Ho, ho, ho.
So Jumbies it's fully catered to the full-figured person. You know, just giant fat people or just big people, big dudes in general. You know, we'd like to think that we'd be able to accrue a lot of athletes as clientele. But at Jumbies, we specialize in giant food items. 16-inch pizza slice. Mozzarella sticks the size of a fucking Duraflame log. Everything is just blown out of proportion. So like you get a meatball and it's like the size of a fucking kickball. It's just covered in sauce and you're going to town on it.
This is very impressive. Now, is this a high-scale adult restaurant, or is this more catered to the whole family?
Yeah, it's more of a family restaurant type place because I mean, you know, you got a bunch of fat fucks as kids. You know, you need some place that you can bring them and you can feed these things.
The fat adults have fat children, so it just makes sense.
Exactly.
Evan, we're going to move along to you. Yummers?
Yeah.
Tell me about Yummers. It seems like a very broad thing, and narrow it down for me. What's the ambiance like?
All right, so the ambiance and the theory behind the name is I picked all the foods that I think are the best in Yummers.
Okay.
Right? So it's like burritos, right? High-quality burritos, fresh ingredients, farm fresh, farm to fucking table, burritos, tacos, right? We always do milkshakes and bullshit. I'm not saying it's healthy. This is where I go off the rails. So, you know, like quality pizza. I'm thinking we try to coax the Volo style Detroit.
Yeah, maybe we get those guys in on that.
Get them in on it. Something feature great other places, right? And that's what I'm thinking, right? It's just the best food that I like when I'm high and even when I'm not high.
I imagine the menu is just you're scribbled in crayon the things that you feel like at any given moment.
Exactly. And like it changes from week to week except for staples. Our staples are always burritos, milkshakes, and like coffee. Good quality, fresh ground coffee. We French pressure coffee. So don't get our coffee in a rush. It's going to take approximately 10 minutes because it takes 10 minutes at least to make a proper pot of coffee.
And it sounds like 10 minutes after that, you've created a bomb in your stomach with the burritos and milkshakes. Dave, at Dangerous Dave's Sauce Saloon?
Saucy Saloon.
Saucy Saloon? What kind of food is it? What am I give me the experience. You know
dude,
what we're
it's
saying.
something different. I mean, Tonzo's over here. He's opened up a Fuddruckers. This is over here. He's opened up a Chipotle coffee shop. I mean, they're all over the place. This is something original. I'm not ripping anyone off. This is an old-style saloon, but it's run by a little Italian man. That's the key. That's the key to it. So he brings out these beautiful, nice Italian dishes, but you're just in like an Old West-style saloon. You go up to the bar, you get a shot of whiskey. It might be mixed with something crazy. You might go blind, but hell, at the end of the day, you're going to have a good pot of spaghetti. It's a good day.
You get like a big tall mug of spaghetti.
Yeah. If you want, man.
Limoncello and whiskey?
Yeah, there's a lot of limoncello for the Old West. But you know what? That's part of the fun of going out, is feeling like you're in a different place, a different time. You're out of your element, and that's why you leave your home to have the food. I like to get the food and bring it back home. Why would I want to stay and eat it at Jumbo's? Jumbies.
So one of the main reasons is, say if you're going home, you might be sitting at a kitchen table, you might be sitting at some sort of, maybe you're sitting in your favorite chair, but all of our booths are made by Lazy Boy. So they're designed for you to just sit and eat. Get these giant fucking meatballs, these giant mozzarella sticks, and just have a fucking day at it. Everybody has their own personal TV, so you can just sit down, watch the game, and just sit down at the fucking feed trough and go to town.
When you said jumbo meatballs and mozzarella sticks, were you talking about the food that they serve or the people from Saugus that go there?
Well, there would probably be a lot of those.
All right, so there's a crossover here. Evan, again, I'm a homebody. I don't want to leave the house unless it's some participation. Like, why am I going to your establishment?
Okay, because you never know what's going to be on the menu, number one, right? And then the thing is, like, because it's just like me in the moment, right? In the place, there's all sorts of shit. There's comic books, there's weird action figures, there's just bullshit. You could go in there, eat your food, look at the wall, be in there every fucking day, every other week. The scenery is just going to be different. There's just going to be weird shit, right? And then beyond that, if I'm there, I'm just going to, who knows what the fuck I might dress up like Abe Lincoln, have a squib in my hat, and pretend to shoot myself in the face. You never know. I'm wacky.
I have a feeling you're going to be there because you just described your house. So we're probably going to see you there. Dave, you gave us a little bit of it. It's a country western saloon. Is there anything, is it just the wall flare, or is it almost like a Tony and Tina type of wedding situation? Is there a live show?
It's, speaking of live shows, that's the thing about my place. It ain't family friendly. You're not going to bring the wife and kids there. I'll tell you that right now. There's going to be ballroom brawls. There's a brothel upstairs. There's going to be ballroom brothels, bro. I mean, we do it all. This is you're literally stepping back in time to the Old West. There's a guy playing the old school piano. You can go up and you can smash him in the head with a beer bottle. I mean, basically anything goes, dude. It's gonna be like Evan's place if it had a little, if it was managed by someone who had a business degree. Yeah.
Did it?
Who fucked girls, yeah.
That doesn't.
I find that very insulting. That's very insulting. I have a son.
No, that's our slogan.
That was
here if you fuck
it was
girls.
more tied to the action figure restaurant theme, not your ability to blow loads. I know you can blow great loads, dude. You're my boy.
You got some world-class
Actually,
juice
wasn't
boiling
about that.
in that flood balloon.
Tonzo, we know that your establishment is a family restaurant, so I'm sure there's... and to put you in the same boat as Evan, nobody's blowing any loads in your restaurant, right?
Well, I mean, things do get crazy. It's a family restaurant, but we have, areas and stuff where the kids can kind of go separated, and the adults can, like, really hang loose. We have a happy hour special at 5 o'clock. We have a 5-gallon margarita available for $5. It's served in a 5-gallon bucket, and you just plop a fucking giant straw in there and go to town.
That works out pretty good. And your point about it being adult and still a family place at the same time, I was accused of rape in a Chuck E. Cheese, so that can happen. Evan, I apologize. I didn't want to make you feel violated. There was more of... I'm an adult married with no children. I like the idea of going someplace adult.
Well, here's the thing. Anyone that... If you want to assess this like my house, do you think children are allowed in my house? They absolutely fucking are not. The stipulation of me dating someone is you don't have fucking little kids, because they're not coming over. It's just not happening, right? Like, it's not like that at fucking all, right? So it's quite frankly not really kid-friendly, because why the fuck would it be? There's action figures, but they're probably like decapitated body. It's all weird shit, man. It's predators with skinned bodies and shit. You don't want your 5-year-old seeing that shit, okay? On top of that, like, I'm there. But, you know what I mean? No. You wouldn't, right?
We don't want the kids.
Same type of vibe. It's just whatever food I think's fucking cool and whatever I'm into, so you never know what it's going to be. I might, like I said, might dress like Abe Lincoln and get a squib in my head. Maybe I have fucking strippers there. You don't know. It's my establishment. I do whatever the fuck I want. It's insane.
You did say what you want to eat will change from night to night, and I can imagine a 19-year-old undergrad being something that would be on that menu. We're going to ask one final question of all of you. If you have something you want to add to it, fine. But I'm really looking for the signature meal here. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I come in and get the same thing every week, but you're the manager. You came over. Oh, you got to try this. Oh, please, this is my thing right now. Give me that guy. What's your signature meal? And whoever's ready.
All right. So it's a rough and tumble saloon, and you get that just by the title. So here's our signature dish. I mean, we only do this once in a great often. You really got to ask for it. It's not on the menu, and it's called the Parmesan Punch. And what that is you order it for someone else. We take marinara sauce and melted cheese, and we put it on our fist. And we walk up to the person you order for, and we sock them clear in the jaw and knock their teeth down the back of their throat. And then we drag them out the back. And there we go, baby. That's the Parmesan Punch.
Damn, the Parmesan Punch. See, Dave, you picked an interesting angle there because I'm thinking like you're gonna have to sell me on something that I would want, but that's what I would want. I would want to give somebody else a Parmesan Punch. Tonzo, you seem ready to go. What's your signature meal?
Well, we've all seen The Great Outdoors. You remember the old 96er.
I remember 69ing a 96er.
But it was a giant 96-ounce steak.
Yes.
Ours is the Buck 96er.
Ooh.
And it's a 196-ounce steak. It's basically the entire side of a fucking cow. We have a cardiologist on site while you do the challenge. And then if you need an angioplasty, there's going to be like a
top surgeon
on the sidebar to consult. But you actually get a stake in the company if you can finish that steak.
Steak for a steak.
Steak for a steak.
Damn. And we're talking like in the cell when they just divide a cow, about like that thick through brain and everything.
Buck 96er.
Wow.
Fucking huge. Pretty much a whole cow.
You're selling margaritas for $5, but you got a cardiologist on staff. How are you going to make any money, man? This makes no sense. I'm not convinced.
Promotions.
What's the signature meal?
Oh, signature meal? Ours is fucking easy. You've all heard of like the Happy Meal, right? Stupid thing for kids, right? Ours is like, I haven't come up with the greatest name for it. I'm just calling it like the Awesome Meal, right? Right? But what it comes with is your choice of whatever's on the menu that you just want, right? But the kicker is inside you get a joint, because weed is legal in Massachusetts, right?
Yep.
Joint or blunt option. You get a shot or nip, depending like on what you want. You want liquor or beer, like, you know what I mean? One of those, so an alcoholic beverage if you choose. If you opt out of the alcoholic beverage, you can be a nerd and get like a comic book, or you could get another food item. And then, aside from that, I try to think. You get one other thing. You get like a prize. And the prize ranges from like video games or gift cards to just like some weird shit I made.
That's what I want more than the gift card.
Oh my
Did you
God.
get your kid?
Huh? No.
We could make a lot of this happen right now if we just shot this
if
at
he's
your
into it.
place. We
Yeah.
could, but this was a great round. Honestly, these were great franchise pitches. I can imagine these popping up in different locations in America, but that's what it really boils down to is these have to go across America. And the one thing that we can guarantee from Americans is that they are fat and they are dumb and they want 165-pound cows. Dave, we would have a lot of lawsuits. I love it, but, we can't do that. And Evan, I'm going to bring Hot Pockets to your apartment in a day, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So the first round goes to Tonzo.
Yeah!
Ho, ho, ho. Round 2, fight.
How do you do? It's time for round 2. Another question and time for some more answers. I would like you guys to talk to our friend Doug, because we all have some really bad news for Doug, and this is the best way for us to convey that to him, okay? We all agreed on that, right?
Yeah.
Dave, starting with you, could you look at the camera, could you look at Doug, and give him the bad news?
Hey. No, I know. It's been a while. How are you? Good? Really good. You've been really good. How so? Oh, your daughter just graduated kindergarten? That is so cute. How was her first year? Good. And your son? James won the science fair this year. He's so smart. Well, crazy thing, speaking of your kids, you know how they were with your ex-wife and doing some sort of trip or whatever. I don't know, where were they going? Right, across the United States of America. Well, their plane crashed, and that's the funny thing about it, is that no, there weren't any survivors, and that's why life is really crazy. You need to just take a weird angle and look at it that he probably wouldn't have been a scientist anyways. You know, his hopes were high from the science fair, and, you know, same thing with your daughter. She graduated kindergarten. She probably had really high expectations for the rest of her life, and so they probably most likely weren't going to be fulfilled. You and your wife, neither of you graduated high school to begin with, so I think it's probably a good thing overall. And so I'm sorry your wife and kids died.
Doug, planes, trains, and screaming in flames.
Wow.
Dave brought the hard news to you. I don't want to just lay it all on thick, but Evan has a little bit that he needs to tell you, too. Evan, what's the bad news you got for Doug?
Doug, I mean, I know you're really excited about the weight loss since you lost your family. I know you got a little large and then you lost the weight. But kind of work at your doctor's office, and they felt it would be better for me, your friend, to tell you that the weight loss is because you got AIDS, like full blown. Like, you're not going back.
Like it was HIV.
It was, but it isn't no more. So, you know,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I got you some vitamin C, some vitamin D, and a fruit basket.
And gloves to wear whenever you come over our house. So,
Well, he's not invited over.
you know, I think news comes in threes, and so does bad news. Unfortunately, Doug, Tonzo has something he needs to tell you.
Doug, I don't know how to tell you this. I know time, you know, has been pretty brutal to you recently. You know, you lost your kids, you have AIDS, you know, and this probably isn't the best time to tell you. But, you know, we've spent a lot of time together, and I have to come out and be honest. I have a secret crush towards you, and I want to suck your cock.
Holy shit.
That's funny.
You know, Dave, you know Doug as well as I do. How do you think he's going to handle the information you had for him?
Honestly, if I know anything about Doug, it's that he wants to get his cock sucked by Tonzo. So maybe this isn't the worst day after all.
The Doug I know, that sounds about right. Evan, how do you think he's going to handle finding out that he can't even like kiss his daughter anymore? Because she's dead, and because of the AIDS.
In his current state, he doesn't exactly want to kiss his daughter. You know, hey, he's got sores on his lips often.
Kiss your daughter with that mouth?
So, you know, I mean, he's making out there. And, I mean, a handsome man like Tonzo wants to blow him. You know.
You're saying his daughter's
I gave
not
him
as tight.
fruit, too. So, you know, he's doing them, right?
Yeah. Did you put my name on that basket? I asked you to put my name on that. I'll throw you cash.
Yeah, no, I put everyone. I just say
right,
BCJV, you know, from
sweet.
care of.
Sorry about the AIDS.
Perfect.
Make sure he Venmos you the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. What I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to get his kids spare action figures and shit because I want to make some shit out of them.
Oh yeah, we'll steal his toys. Tonzo, you told him that you kind of want to get with him, right?
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable because like he'll accept that, or do you think that he might just like make out with a noose tonight?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen videos of him and his wife, and they've used like bondage and ropes and stuff before. So you know, I mean, right. I think it is kind of a possibility, but I mean, I think he's going to be into it.
I never told Doug his wife was sending us tapes of them fucking. So that's actually.
I mean, he
I don't know if
literally-
that's the fourth piece of bad news.
He literally has nothing.
Yeah.
All of his fucking kids are dead, right?
And you stole all his tools years ago.
Yeah, he's got absolutely nothing to do. He's got no one that cares about him. And now Tonzo's going to swoop in with the pretty face and the option of a dick suck. I mean, I don't think he's where he's at this stage in the game. I think he's going for the dick suck and the ton face.
I hate to help aid in him getting a point, but you could also present him with the videos that he doesn't know of his wife and be like, here, watch these videos of you fucking your wife while I, take care of you.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I could get some tears out of
You guys
it.
are fucking disturbing.
not just tears, you'd also get AIDS. That would be great. This is great for just Facebook at 7 o'clock stuff.
I already have AIDS, so you can't triple AIDS and
Oh
double
shit!
AIDS.
You guys might even cure it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Doug, we're gonna kind of wrap it up with Doug because I mean, at this point, he's probably sitting in his car with like the engine running, just
garage,
waiting to die. If you have one last thing, I think we should kind of basically say goodbye.
Doug, I shot down the plane. I shot down the fucking plane. I shot down the plane. I shot down the plane. I shot down the plane. And you know what? I don't feel bad about it. Fuck you and your ex-wife and your kids. Hasta la vista.
All right. I hope you got that. Evan also wanted to it wasn't one card. We went 3 ways. Evan, say your goodbyes to Doug.
Yeah. See you, Doug. Remember when you were in the office that I work in and I pricked you with that? I'm the one that I purposely gave you AIDS because I think you should die along with your family. You're not good people. You're weird. Those sex tapes were weird. We don't want anything to do with you.
Was it true that you
Tonzo.
irradiated the AIDS so that it would set on faster than normal AIDS? And then called it AIDS 2?
One doesn't give away one's trade
Super AIDS?
secrets.
It's Super AIDS, AIDS 2's Revenge.
I'm all about superheroes. He's dying of AIDS pretty quick. You can do the math.
Yeah, this is not a family-friendly episode.
No.
Tonzolini?
Tonzolini?
Would you mind saying your last to good old piece of shit, Doug?
Well, Doug, I know that Dave shot down the plane. Evan injected you with AIDS. But I still want to inject you with something else. And I think it's going to be probably the best injection you've ever received, considering Dave shot down the plane and you got injected with AIDS. Just weigh your options. Give me a call. Send me a text.
Wow. Now that Doug's life has been ruined and the rest of us can, have his toys, his wife, and the last load he'll ever shoot, I'm going to come to my decision. I want to say that this was hard because it's not just choosing between you guys. It's choosing between Doug, too.
Right.
And when it comes down to it, you wanted to kill him with love. You wanted to kill him with a bazooka.
Genetically enhanced virus.
And you wanted to kill him with AIDS. The quickest way to kill Doug is the bazooka. Dave wins that round.
Final round. Fight.
These rounds just keep on coming, and with the rounds come more questions. This time, we are transporting you back to your 10 to 15-year-old self. You have, a couple bucks, and you're going into the convenience store to pick something savory and something sweet. I remember loving going into the convenience store because I used to get special belly rubs from the man that worked behind the cash register. But this is more focused on the treats. So what treats did you get, and why should we like them? Let's start with Evan.
So I would go in, definitely. I would solidly get a teeny, either a fruit punch or perhaps a grape. I would then get...
You grew up in the hood?
I did, indeed. I would get a bag of either Homies, if they had them, or the tiny Doritos. But the tiny Doritos kind of sucked because it was smaller than the Homies bag, and you wanted the Homies because the sour cream and the barbecue were pretty good, actually.
It's pretty common knowledge that homies have a bigger bag.
Yes.
Indeed. And then mine had candy cigarettes, and I know they're kind of gross, but I got addicted to them when I was a little kid, so I always had to get those. And then if I had enough money, I'd get some sort of a candy bar. Switch it up between Reese's, Snickers, Three Musketeers.
Bro, just pick one of each.
Yeah,
bro.
a sweet and a savory.
Oh, just a sweet and a savory? Fine. I'm going teeny bag of chips.
Okay.
You wouldn't rather a larger one? Tonto, you have the same choices, sweet and savory.
Okay, I'm going for the savory. It's more of a spicy savory. They were the OG Red Hot chips. And it was from Bachman, good chip company, local chip company. You know, they're famous for the Jacks, the cheese curls, a.k.a. the Dorchester shrimp.
A Dorchester Jack is something different to me.
But the Red Hot chip, it was a big, thick ruffle, and the thing looked like it was fucking painted red, and it was just super spicy. And then do we get a beverage too, or is it just 2 snacks?
I was going to make that one of the later questions, but why don't you go ahead and include that in your thing?
All right, so for the sweet, I'm going with the good old-fashioned fucking Crybaby. You remember those things?
Oh, I remember them.
Like those things were sweeping fucking playgrounds and the warheads.
You went to both ends of the spectrum there with the super hot and the super sour.
And then to kind of even the palate, because I like both extremes, I'm going right down the middle with a nice fucking Clearly Canadian.
Wow. People that are watching this, if you have Facebook, you weren't alive when Clearly Canadian existed. I assure you, it was a delicious, refreshing beverage.
It was my favorite as a child.
Mountain Berry. Big up.
Evan,
Yes.
we haven't gotten to Dave yet. Stop
No.
interrupting.
Yeah.
Dave, what is your sweet and savory?
Bro, my shit is shit that people have actually heard of, first off. I'm telling you that right now. No, not dots. That's a waste of time and racism. I'm gonna. Oh, all right. So I go to a convenience store. 1 savory, 1 sweet. I'm gonna go savory with my snack and sweet with my drink. I think it's a pretty classic choice. I'm gonna go savory. Oh God, you know. I think I'm going to do munchies. You know munchies? They started serving them on airplanes, but then they transitioned into convenience stores.
Okay.
They're like, it's like sun chips, pretzels,
Yeah.
like all sorts of shit in there, cheesy. That's what I'm going with. It's so underrated, so good. And then sweet, my drink, I'm going Arizona iced tea, baby. Probably a honey green tea. And that's what's up, dude.
You're basically getting a 40 ounce for 99 cents on
Right,
that. That's
dude.
the way to go
Yeah,
with them
and if
Arizona
you're a
teas.
kid and you're going in with a certain amount of money, you always got to go Arizona.
See, I liked that aspect of what you brought out here.
No, you get the candy bar too, just to make it fair.
Yeah, because we're going to add a drink on. So you don't have to make your sweet be the tea.
Okay.
You could add a little chocolatey something to have for dessert after you eat.
Yeah, all right. Well, oh my
Cheddar
God.
chips.
If I'm going as a kid, as a child, I loved Butterfingers, dude. I fucking crushed
Hell yeah.
Butterfingers, so I think I'm going to go Butterfinger.
And at that time period, they wouldn't have switched to the new formula, which sucks dick.
Right, exactly. It was OG Butterfingers.
All right, so if you're watching at home, I'm sure that you've gone into the convenience store and picked 2 things. Type your savory, type your sweet, and we'll tell you why it's wrong in the comments below. And let's start now, because we did say we were going to add a drink to it. You have Clearly Canadian. You weren't able to add your drink.
Now, I didn't add my candy bar because I said teeny. I went teeny for the drink. But now that we're redoing it, all right, chips, so homies or Doritos. Then I go 3 Musketeers or Reese's, as I established. Drink, if I'm going for a regular size drink, I'm going Mountain Dew as a kid.
I love that you gave an alternate in case they didn't have the thing you wanted.
Well, that's how it was, dude.
Gotta come with
Like a little
imaginary
savages going into the
convenience.
convenience
genie's
store
like-
taking all the good shit.
The genie shows up and he's like, "What do you want?" And you're like, "Either Doritos or homies."
Whatever
He's
is available.
He's
Well,
like,
and there's a big difference. There's, are you going to the store or are you going to the Cumbies down the street? Or are you going to the Richdale down the street? You've been to these places so many times that you know.
Or the stand
what
at the
places,
baseball park.
what they have.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna get the Red Hot chips, I gotta go down to fucking old Franklin Market behind Lynn Hospital.
Yep. So we all have chippies, we all have snackies. Tonzo, I'm interested. I'm going to open up the flanks here because I don't want to argue the battles for them, but I will throw a Molotov cocktail in there. You picked gum as your sweet, right?
Oh, I didn't even know what that was.
Oh yes,
A
I
Crybaby
did.
is gum.
I did. Yes,
It's a gum ball.
but it's
the super
sweet.
sour
It's
one?
the super sweet
It's sour.
one.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a sweet, delicious treat nonetheless.
I'm a huge fan, but to me, I would sneak that in as a 4th thing, my gum. What do you think, Evan?
I initially wanted to say Warheads, but I had to fucking stick to my guns with the Crybaby.
I like this. I like this question. Oh,
So, dude, if we're
fuck you up, Evan.
no, but if we're saying as a kid you go Big League Chew,
Fuck!
you have to go Big League Chew.
I want
But-
Big League
So you're saying that
Chew.
you and Evan thought the same thing?
Yeah.
If I
For
was-
once
all
ever.
the time.
For once.
If I was initially thinking gum, I would have said fucking bubble tape.
There's a lot of good. Nobody said fruit stripe either. That's one of the
Yeah,
bangers.
fuck fruit stripe gum.
Zebra.
Yeah.
Fucking thumbless hand job.
Yeah.
It's fucking 6
The
seconds. of
flavor,
fucking,
yeah, exactly. The flavor goes away in literally 10 seconds.
Yeah, but it's
A
so
thumbless
good.
hand job. Isn't Doug going to be upset?
That's it. That was his nickname in high school, the thumbless hand job.
AKA the thumbless hand job.
Holy shit. I mean, fuck it, man. Going in the convenience store, you kind of need something salty at the end of the day, and because you're going to get a drink so you can wash it all down, and you need a dessert. And it was kind of hard because the combination, I wish I could take one from each of your things. That would make it so much easier for me to make my decision here.
right.
I like hot chips. I like sour gum. I like homies. And I like teenies. And Dave,
I like my homies and teenies.
you picked a Butterfinger, right?
Yeah.
And what was your savory?
It was Munchies, Butterfinger, and
Okay.
an iced tea.
Munchies
Arizona.
has half of the components of Evans. You win the round. Your bag has one of everybody's thing in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave wins the round.
And now's the time for show and tell.
Hello, we're back, and thank you for making it to the final portion of the show and tell show, the only part that really matters. All the other rounds, you can get 1 or 2 points. Here's where you can slam it home with some shit you brought from your house. Who's excited? Who wants to go first? Oh my god, I can't contain myself. Let's start with Tonzo. Tonzo, can you contain myself?
I can contain you right here. Guns N' Roses autographed.
Holy shit, who knew Slash could read?
Well, actually, I got this at a tattoo convention, and the story behind the poster, the same day that I got this, I also got a tattoo on my nub thumb of a thumbnail.
The fuck?
It actually wore thin. I can find some images of when I
Had the thumbnail.
initially got it, but it was, and the guy did it pro bono because he thought it was hilarious. But it was fucking. It sucked because it was tender. It was
I
like
would
literally
imagine.
like 6 months after it happened,
Jesus, savage.
and it like kind of rubbed off. Like it was like
table saw.
oh yeah.
Table saw. Yeah.
Table saw.
And a lot of people they're like, oh, were they able to save the thumb? It's not like it was like it flew across the room, wiggling in slow motion, and landed in a pile of sawdust. It was like a hot dog and a wood chipper.
Yeah.
Just like, just like it blasted.
That was amazing. The
So
the
hot.
least reasonable part of that story was that Axl Rose sat down to do an autograph, to be honest with you.
Yes, well, I didn't receive the autographs, but it is a poster that was autographed by all of the original members of Guns N' Roses before Axl got super fat and started looking like Wilford Brimley.
Yeah. Lord knows I'm a Duff fan. Evan, can you compete with an appetite for destruction?
I get.
Bro.
This is my collection of nunchucks.
Which shows that you have an appetite for destruction.
Yes.
No, this is called appetite for virginity.
So, all right, this is amazing. The normal human being can only wield 2 at a time, but you have 3.
Practice.
Dick hole.
Slightly. I mean, this is going to hurt. You'll die.
Do you have 3 so that when you kill a guy, you can get rid of 1 and still have 2?
Varying levels of weights and difficulty in use. So
Okay.
you want to try to maximize your skill level across varying nunchucks so that if you're ever in a situation where you're with an odd pair of nunchucks that are not your own,
Oh, wow.
you still feel comfortable enough
You sound like a
crack some
master
skulls.
right there.
Just thinking that.
Yeah. Can I ask you something though? Is your interest in the nunchucks, does that stem from something? Are you a karate person or?
So I like nunchucks because as far as weapons are concerned, right? Mm-hmm. Michelangelo, though my least favorite
Painter.
Ninja Turtle,
Oh.
did have some of the dopest fucking weapons, right? These things are just fucking fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're cardio with discipline, right? Because like you fucking hit yourself and it sucks, so it's kind of sadistic. So it's like you got to work through the suffering to get better.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like into that shit too. Yeah, I haven't got laid in a while, so I like to hurt myself. So that's here we go. But next time someone breaks in, these things are next to my bed now. So fuck your mom.
Yeah,
I'll crack your fucking face open.
And any woman that doesn't know that she should be fucking a guy with nunchucks, Evan, could you hold just one of those up for us real quick? Yeah, fuck a guy with nunchucks. It'll be a good time. Mm-hmm. Dave, speaking of bringing a show and tell device that could be used for sexual, gratification, did you bring anything that could be used for sexual gratification?
This penis pump. No, it's not a penis pump. It is not a penis pump. This is possibly the most valuable tool that you will see at this table. Yeah, it might not be the funniest, but it sure as hell is one of the most useful. This is a water filtration system, small enough to wrap up and fit in your pocket. And with the impending apocalypse, this might be the most valuable thing that I own. Made by MSR, pick it up at your local REI for approximately $30.
It's no soya squeeze.
Can I ask you, have you ever drinking urine purified by that?
Actually, all I drink is purified urine.
Oh.
Which is the crazy part.
I
But it
wish
does work. I'll give a little demonstration. You put this end in the water. You just start pumping up, and boom, there we go. I know Evan wants one of these.
No,
but there
I
we
have
go.
a Sawyer squeeze, which is a proper,
Of course you
better
do.
filtration unit.
This is a great filtration. unit. So there
Wow,
we go.
that's actually that's
He's
that's
shitting on your
that's-
filtration unit, bro.
Dude, if this was a Double Dare, we should play some Double Dare music right now. You're filling it up to the red line.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So there we go. Right. Not
If you would
bad,
put that
right?
in a river or something,
Yeah.
and then you have like a canteen you'd fill up.
Yeah, exactly.
That still scares me.
Yeah.
You would be 100% confident.
When
pretty
you're
much.
running from social justice warriors and they're all out of breath, and you'll be able to outlast them when this comes. You got
Yeah.
that. There we go.
Wow. I mean, we could defend ourselves.
Why outlast them when you can destroy them?
Yeah. Or we could just do cocaine off of what Tonzo brought.
It's great for doing cocaine off of. As you can see, there's multiple slices. It has been used for that purpose before.
I got to say, I'm a Guns N' Roses fan. That does push me to. I mean, Axl's signature is right there.
Yeah.
At the same time, Evan is holding one of 6 sticks that may have been in his butt, and that intrigues me.
Never.
Dave has the means to make my penis hard enough to be the 7th stick in Evan's butt. None of that's going to happen. I'm going with Guns N' Roses. Tonzo didn't win a point the entire game, but he came with the fucking... Izzy slashing Axl Rose, bitch! Tonzo wins
Wait, he
show
won
and
the
tell.
first round. He won the first round.
Oh, well, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the show and tell show. We fucking have so much fun here. And if you want to have this much fun, check out some of our other stuff online.
See what I said?
Check
I
out
said
the
I would do
t-shirts and follow all these guys on social media. And as always,
We
we love show and tell!